Magandang araw. This is Atty Magsino of the United Kingdom. My topic for today is about something na laging tinatanong sa akin ng mga kababayan natin. Attorney, is there a reason or how do you know if an application will be refused? And my intention today, mga kaibigan, is to explain, not really to tell you that there's a way to avoid, but to at least minimize the refusal or the denial of an application. Maraming mga application are destined to fail for many reasons. Now, I always believe that even if an application is well prepared and well organized, well thought, it doesn't exempt the applicant from being refused. Kahit anong ganda na ng application, anong dami ng mga documents na i-submit, some applications are likely to fail. But the question is, if those well-thought and well-prepared, organized applications can fail and may fail, let alone those unprepared, messy, disorganized na mga application. So, ang iba dyan, talagang naka-folder pa, maganda ang presentation but fail. You see, and that's why I am sad when some of our clients fail, no matter how much preparation made. But today, we're going to discuss how do we know, or at least minimize if an application will fail. How do you know, or how do we know if an application will not be successful? And number one, I will tell you is incorrect form. Wrong form. Don't use a form which is not suitable, not applicable for the visa category that you are applying under. Maraming mga Pilipino ang nag-a-apply ng maring form. For example, you're applying for a student visa, don't use the form that is meant to or for a student or a domestic worker or visit visa. Maraming ganyan. Maraming nagkakamali ng form because of answering one question. Because nowadays in the United Kingdom, it is now by question. Whatever your question, whatever answer you gave to the system in question number 1, for example, will be the basis of the next question in question number 2. So if you say red on number 1, then that question will generate another question based on the first question. So it's important for an applicant to answer the question properly and thoroughly. It is not just about filling of the form. Kasi if it's just a filling of the form, then it would have been so easy, isn't it? It would have been so easy. But because it's not just about filling up of the form, it is important for you to be guided by someone who is good in English, who understands, or someone who is credible, or lawyers or immigration advisors. So that's number 1. Number 2, which I think is by making a wrong check or checking a wrong box. I've been to many court hearings where one applicant just ticked a wrong box, which meant to be the answer should have been yes, but he entered or he checked no. And that was devastating because the person is applying for a permanent residency. But because of checking a box, which should have been no or yes otherwise, or pwedeng yes pero na-checkan mo no, or pwede namang no dapat pero na-checkan mo yes. For example, one question I think. The question was, have you had ever any sort of offenses in the United Kingdom? And the applicant checked, whether intentionally or intentionally, na-checkan niya is no. But the Home Office will come back to you, you are a liar. You're trying to deceive us because you know that you have been convicted or you have been charged of this. So if you know that there was something like offense which is already years ago anyway, Because there are times where the offenses have been spent, so to speak, na hindi na kailangan sabihin. But if there is an opportunity to say that even in your cover letter. If you made a mistake on checking the wrong box, you can say to the letter, look, I have been convicted or been charged of this, da 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 da. It's a matter of you telling the Home Office that you are an honest person. And that checking of the wrong box on the wrong box was just an honest mistake. So, but many applications fail because of wrongly checking a box. So, importante yan mga kaibigan na kayo ay nagbabasa ng inyong mga sinasagutang mga questionnaire. Hindi ito basta makasagot lang. Okay? Now, ano pa ang susunod na mga dahilan kung bakit nare-refuse ang application? Fake document submission. Some people, they submit fake documents. And if the fake documents have been submitted and deployed, that is guaranteed to be a reason for refusal. Not only that, some of the refusal can be under the Rule 327A, which is a deception and fraud under the immigration rules. So, don't make or submit any fake documents, because by doing so, you are being charged of lying and deceiving, and you could be banned for many years or maybe forever to enter the United Kingdom soil. What other reasons, and how do we know that an application will be refused? By not providing mandatory documents according to Appendix FMSE. Now, let me explain what the Appendix FMSE means. Appendix FMSE means Appendix FM, family migration, and then standard evidence. Or we call it in law, mandatory evidence. May mga checklist kasi ang Home Office na binibigay. And you have to provide each of those documents faithfully. Your aim, again, is to make the decision maker's job easier. Huwag mo na silang pahirapan. I-submit mo na. Kung sinabi, 6 months bank statement. Kung sinabi, 6 months payslips, certificate of employment for the last 28 days at the time of the application, do that. Don't try to reason out or argue that, ay, nasabit ko na yung payslip, sapat na yon. Hindi nila kailangan makita ang bank statement. Hindi nila kailangan makita ang certificate of employment. It's not enough. This is you making an application to the consul, and you're asking their discretion to allow you to enter the United Kingdom or to give you permission or grant you a visa. So your job is to submit and provide all those documents as per Appendix FMSE. And then another reason is failure to meet some provisions of the UK immigration rules. For example, may mga nag-a-apply, hindi nila na-meet yung financial requirements. Reason for refusal. Kahit na £1 lang ang kulang mo dyan, but the fact that you have not met the requirements of the immigration rules, one of the provisions is financial requirements. You have to meet the financial threshold. Pag hindi mo na-meet yan, refuse yan. Unless otherwise, you have a valid and cogent reasons why you are unable to meet that. At hindi yung basta makapagsulat lang. Kailangan makita nila na kung wala man itong si pula, for example, meron ka namang berde, meron kang dilaw, meron kang puti, meron kang panghalili doon. And it's important for you to meet all the requirements, all the provisions of the immigration rules para hindi ka ma-refuse. And then some of the next one that I see, that I know the application will be refused, or even hindi mo naman nakikita, pero normally sasabihin ng decision maker, you have not persuaded me, or you failed to persuade me that. For example, nag-a-apply ka ng visit visa. The Home Office will say, you have failed to persuade me that you're coming back to your country of origin. And for that reason, I am going to refuse your visit visa application. There's nothing, wala na explanation eh. Because yung, especially sa visit visa application, masyadong discretionary ang approach nila. Kailangan talaga may pakita mo na babalik ka sa bansa mo at may pakita mo talagang bibisita ka. Without doing that, the application is likely to be refused. Isa pang nakikita ko rito mga kaibigan na dahilan is failure to disclose material information. For example, na-refuse ka pala dati, hindi mo sinabi, o may tinatanong doon, have you ever been refused in the United Kingdom or in any other country? Hindi mo nasabi, pero nalaman nila na na-refuse ka pala. Kasi may record, nakikita naman nila yan. So there's no point for you to lie. There's no point for you to hide those information because it's open to them. What they're just asking you is a repetition of what they see on their system. So if you say, well, I've been refused in September 25, 2010, for example, because, sabihin mo yun. There's no need to lie. But failing to disclose the material information before the immigration officer can be a reason for your application to be refused. So, wag mo nang gawin yon. Okay? Ano pa ang dahilan? Inconsistency in your application. For example, may mga nag-a-apply, nagsusulat ng cover letter. Ang sabi mo, ganito, ganyan. Ang sabi mo, ganito, ganyan. Tapos sa application mo, contradictory yung sulat mo doon sa application na sinulat na ginagawa mo. Sabi mo, hindi nakikita ng anak mo yung tatay ng bata. But, itong guardian nagsulat na nakikita ng bata paminsan-minsan, for example. So, may contradiction. Contradiction ang sinulat ng guardian ng bata sa iyong isinulat. So, it's important, mga kaibigan, na yung iyong mga application is corroborative. Magkakadikit. Nagko-confirm to one another. Hindi contradictory. Hindi nagka-clash. Kailangan, kung sinabi mong hindi nagkikita, lahat ng sulat hindi nagkikita. Kung sinabi mong paminsan-minsan, lahat paminsan-minsan. Hindi yung sabi mo paminsan-minsan, tapos sabi naman nun, hindi. Ng guardian. O sabi nung tita, o sabi nung bata, minsan nakikita kami ni daddy. So, it's important for you to have those linked together and bond these documents together para lahat nagkakatugma, hindi walang inconsistency. Okay? Last but not the least, what I in my experience is that even well thought, well prepared application is also subject to a refusal or denial of a visa application because simply of the decision makers or caseworkers error. Yung mga yan, tao rin yan. Hindi yan mga perfectong tao. Nagkakamali. In everyday, alam ko, may mga kaibigan ako sa immigration officer, they make cases, they decide on cases, at least 100 to 200 cases a day. So imagine mo, out of those bulk of tasks, every day, they're highly likely to make mistakes. So, maaaring magkamali sila, and if kung na-refuse ka, mga kaibigan, kung na-refuse ka ng application, then you have, normally sa visit visa, walang right of appeal yan. Walang challenge, wala kang chance to ask for a reconsideration or administrative review. However, on a visit visa, you can challenge them by way of judicial review, which is very expensive. But it is possible to challenge if there is you have a valid reason na lumabang ka talaga. Now, mga kaibigan, if you want me to assist you, you can call me, you can email me on the number I am going to give here, and I'm happy to assist you in your visa application. Bye for now, mga kaibigan. God bless you po.